Today's episode, we'll be talking about, guess what, Ju?
Don't know.
SAD. S-A-D.
You're listening to
Jom Sembang, Malaysia. So what is SAD lah?
Huh?
You know what's SAD? No, what I'm trying to say, S-A-D, you know. I'm trying to play wordplay with you, but you should.
Simply I don't know.
So it's actually this thing where I think one of our episodes, we were talking about depression with Adli.
Yes.
And quite a lot of my friends could associate to it, or rather, how to say, ngam lah with the content, because the content wasn't a normal depression content.
Okay.
Ali was very specific about what happens if you are depressed, what happens when you see a professional and all that. And people said that's very, very helpful lah. Okay, so I actually thought about this content recently, not because of the episode, but because I was feeling a little bit depressed, but my depressed was a little bit seasonal.
Oh, okay.
So after that, I came across some interesting topics that actually, I think our phone listened to our conversation, right?
Yes.
Suddenly, the related information just all pop up. So there is this depression that is called Seasonal Affective Disorder or Seasonal Affective Depression.
Oh, sad lah tu.
So, SAD. S-A-D, Seasonal Affective Depression. So, basically, you're only depressed when there's a certain season lah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was feeling that way kinda during Christmas. Or rather, I don't know lah. How to say this? Christmas is a very happy season where people give gift lah. Then there's a Christmas song lah. It's like you are not happy, so you're forced to be happy in the shopping mall lah.
Okay.
With all the ding ding dong dong, ding ding dong dong. And I'm generally quite okay with it. I only get depressed when people ask me for gatherings, to go gatherings, and then suddenly I find myself a bit like.
But is that because you don't like gatherings in the first place?
I don't like gathering in the first place. And I don't like the hoo-ha of gathering that comes with a festive. So imagine, right, if a bunch of people ask me out for cafe, let's say my friends ask me out to go for coffee in a cafe. I also like, I'm not the immediate, right? Yes, let's go. Let me think if I have, currently my mental health is okay, my mental space is okay, then I will go. But then if Christmas is add to the mix, then I'll be like, then you got all this Merry Christmas, what you want to do during the holidays, are we doing gift exchange? And then suddenly a social gathering blew up and I'm like, I just want to stay at home.
Okay.
And I'm totally perfectly fine staying at home, but the people who ask me out will feel like, why you don't come? Why you antisocial? Why you missing out? And I'm like, you guys go ahead. I'm totally okay. But to them, they're not okay, so they make a big hoo-ha. So then I become depressed lor. Because I start to think, am I something wrong? Am I really missing out? But I don't mind missing out. But why do they make me feel like it's wrong to miss out? And then I get this dread before a festive season, which I realized maybe the last 2 years I've been having lah.
Okay, wait, I have a question though. Is it only Christmas or is it
every
birthday
other festive? It's quite bad to say that because my family clan actually celebrates, or not celebrates, we gather during public holidays. Like we celebrate Chinese New Year, obviously. We celebrate Christmas. And then if Malaysia is known for the most holiday in the world. So we have like Hari Raya and then Deepawali and then Thai Pusam. And as long as it's a public holiday, there's a 90% high chance that my family clan will gather just for food, chit-chat, fellowship and all that. Yeah. And I used to join them quite often lah. But the last 2 years, I realized I was drawing out from it because I was like, it's a bit too much. Or maybe the pandemic created such a gap that when I sit in now, I feel like it's very hard for me to gel back.
Right.
Together.
And we did talk about this also, right?
Correct.
In another episode. But so you're saying that before the pandemic, you didn't really feel this way?
Yeah. So it used to be something that brought me joy. Or at least it's not sad lah. I don't like gathering, but I don't mind going, have some food, chit-chat and come back. Now it's like the thought of it is like, why is it a public holiday again? Why must they have a gathering that I have to go? Like I have to say no. If they didn't have the invitation, then I don't have to say no. But then I also don't know whether I want to be left out. Having
I know
the
that
invitation is nice, but I want the power to say no. Something like that lah. Complicated, right?
Okay, just now you said, right, Christmas is supposed to be a happy season, right?
Yeah.
So there was once I was in a mall it was Christmas season.
Okay.
And you know how they play the music in the malls, right? According to the seasons one. So I was coming down the escalator, and then the people behind me or in front, they were chit-chatting lah. My ears very sharp lah. So you talk around me, I can hear what you say one how. Something about, Christmas music very sad lah. Then somebody said, not like Chinese New Year, very like.
But Chinese New Year is so like clink, 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 so noisy.
Yeah, so no, the thing was, I was very bewildered that they would say Christmas music is very sad, because to me, right, Christmas music is like the happiest of them all. Of all the celebrations that I know, okay lah, Chinese New Year is noisy. Maybe people equate noisy to happy, I don't know.
Maybe.
But this one, then I realized maybe all she hears is like, all the blues songs, like
jazz, Christmas jazz.
I was like, then why people so emo about going home, right? Then I thought maybe because in the Western countries, they only have one big holiday that they go home for.
Correct.
We have Chinese New Year lah. We have
So
Hari
you miss
Raya.
one, got another one. That's what I tell myself.
Correct. So for them, it's like they miss this one means, really, really, I don't see you until next year, that kind of thing lah. So I don't think it is necessarily a happy season for everybody lah. Maybe it feels more so. I mean, you feel the contrast more so because the malls are bright and lit up, and then you see TV, everything's like super happy one. But if you're not feeling as high as that, then you feel that contrast. It's like, why is everybody happy and I'm feeling normal? And then already like that contrast, right? Or why am I feeling less than happy? Then you feel like even more. Or why is everybody with family and I'm alone? Why is everybody with friends but I'm alone? So that's.
But I think the word normal there is the key word. Maybe not all of us feel sad. You might feel a bit alone, but you don't feel sad.
Yeah.
It's like a normal alone kind of thing. But then everyone around you makes you feel sad because they go like, why you alone lah, Christmas? Why you like this?
The expectation
then
lah.
I'm like, what's wrong? I'm okay. And then if you have one person telling you that, okay. You have 5% telling you that, you go a bit sad. Another 10% you depressed. Because they make you feel like this hermit, this weird thing lah. So I actually tried. So like for example, my family gathering is so big, right? And I've missed quite a few. So there was one time I think it was like Mooncake Festival or something like. So I tried. I said, okay, never mind, just go dinner. It's not that difficult. I went and somehow I felt that I don't have much of a conversation to have.
Okay.
And because I don't spend that much time with them now, I feel like there's a gap. So I end up going there. Okay, everybody take photo, then take my food, and then I sit one corner, and then I have my food, and then everyone is talking, and then when they do talk to me or something, it's something that annoys me. Like, hi, why you never buy premium insurance? And I'm like, can't you have a neutral? Have a very provoking conversation.
Yeah.
And then I walk off feeling very depressed, and I remember telling them, I'm very busy, I need to go back to work, and then I just left early.
Okay.
And then came back home quite miserable, and I said, why on earth did I do that to myself? Is it the free food? Not like it's free food, right? I mean, it's glorious food lah, because my family is known
glorious.
we actually, our gathering is feast one. It's like
I've
we have
never heard
like
that adjective for. Glorious food. Okay.
definitely if you're looking for a buffet, come to the family kind.
Okay. Got song like food, glorious food.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right, I went home miserable and tell myself, I don't even want to go for the food. Like I was
it's not
feeling,
worth the
whole
feeling,
mental
the
trauma, the feeling, the heart or whatever is it. And I realized that I think I will be quite okay just celebrating anything on my own unless I really feel like meeting that whoever that I want to be lah.
Do you think it's related to extrovert, introvert tendencies or what's the word? Personality?
I don't think so. Because I survived quite okay as an introvert before lah. Like introverts actually have ways of getting busy one. For example, we go and then we find the first kid, the younger kid better. Okay, I entertain the kid, everyone else talk. Or if you don't have a kid, then I will eat so that I don't have to talk. Like we have a mechanism of cope, right?
Yeah.
But when that mechanism is not allowed to be used kinda by the situation, then you're quite bad. Like if I eat quietly, then they say, you sit down and eat only, never talk lah. Then I never kacau you. Why you kacau me? I wash plates. Then I say, why you wash your plates lah? You go outside and talk lah. But I'm here trying. Like at first the criteria was just come. We miss your presence. But then why you make my presence like so? Like if I just come there, I wash plate also presence ma.
Okay, so then I suppose it's like the expectations of other people that you need to celebrate the same way that they expect you to, or how they want
Something
you
like that,
to, you know? Which then is an artificial, it's almost like you have to put it on and then it becomes weird lah. So
Something
it's
like that.
the season itself, let's say like you were saying Christmas, right, is a hopeful season. If you think about the crux of what the season is about hope, it's about love. But then
so you
when
stay at
you're
home
with,
alone, you're not hopeful lah.
no, that's the thing. So if you are alone at home, let's say you have your own celebration, like you listen to your favorite Christmas music and you are able to enjoy the
festive.
substance of whatever that season is. If it's New Year, yeah. But if you're with people, then there's that expectation of all these other peripheral things lah.
Correct.
That sometimes I think distracts from, I suppose, what the season is supposed to be originally about lah. Maybe lah.
Yeah. So after a break, maybe I will tell you why I decided to talk about this topic lah.
Okay.
Chinese New Year is around the corner, so one of the favorite festive goodies, right, is cookies lah, obviously. So this year, Jason Bake's healthy cookies are available in 3 flavors: original, chocolate, and coffee. So Ju, right, you have tasted it before. What do you think?
My favorite is still the original, and it goes perfectly with a cold glass of milk.
Coffee, milk, macam tidak ngam dengan Chinese New Year. But yes, let's get your cookie today by calling 016-696-0546. Let me repeat the number again. 016-696-0546.
Now back to the episode.
Yes. So right, this Christmas, right, I actually didn't go for my Christmas clan gathering, even though it's 5 minutes away. How bad am I? Awful
Don't know.
human being,
Yeah, awful.
apparently. But I probably had the most interesting Christmas lah on my own. Like I actually woke up, I had my Christmas carols playing, and then I cooked a Christmas platter. Christmas platter is like got Brussels sprout lah, got the
I saw that on your
potato
Insta.
lah. You know the
Yeah, look
Western
really nice.
plate. And then put myself in the mood, watch a Christmas movie. And I thought like, I felt quite, like it's Christmas lah. I don't dread it, and I actually feel like I'm celebrating Christmas and it doesn't feel alone. So I think when it comes to seasonal depression possibility, to get out of it is to not live the festive on your own like it's no festive. So imagine, right, if I celebrated Christmas with, okay lah, wake up lah, do my work lah, water plant lah, like a normal day, right?
Yeah.
Then I think it contributes to the depression.
Okay,
because
yes,
like, hey, I'm really
yes.
missing out. Because like, not doing anything ma. It's a normal
It's not even
day.
a holiday.
Correct.
You're actually working. Yeah.
Correct. So for me, even if I wanted to be alone, to avoid that sadness or being judged, I will still make that festive some sort special in my own way.
So you are celebrating in your own way, on your own. It's like almost like you're going on if you go on a solo holiday, you are celebrating that in your own way lah.
Correct.
Without all these other expectations or hampering situations lah.
So I wanted to talk about this topic because I think there might be a lot of people out there like me, right? Have seasonal festive depression, whatever you want to call this. And I think it's very dangerous for Malaysians to have that.
Because we have so many.
Yeah.
So you whole year
So
also.
imagine, right, Christmas I depressed. Then about to recover Chinese New Year. Oh my gosh, another depression. Then just about recover Hari Raya. Then walao I will be permanently depressed for the rest of the year. And it will become something more chronic at the end, I believe, if you don't actually tackle it. Because the beginning of season depression can be like a permanent depression later on lah.
Yeah. Talking about seasonal, the ones that you are talking about are kind of induced by surroundings and expectations. Kan?
I think festive is when you have expectations.
Correct lah, but like there's outside things that are contributing to it.
Correct.
I had a season when it was seasonal depression, but due to a big loss in the family.
Okay, come.
So, I know it's not Christmas time, but we will get to Chinese New Year soon.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're talking about it, so that people who are prepping for Chinese New Year like
it's not a
me,
Christmas show, okay?
Yeah.
So growing up, Christmas was big hoo-ha. It was like the climax of the year because we would have caroling, we would have practices, and we would go on the bus. And it's really, really drama lah. It's like, caroling until middle of the night. It's for young people. It was like super happy, the most wonderful time of the year, literally.
Yep.
So then in my late teens, my father passed away on 26th of December. Okay, so what better way to mark going away? But it's like Boxing Day, right? So
Correct.
we always quite funny lah. We say, oh, that was the day that we put that in a box.
Okay.
But but for the few years after that, it really, really left a huge gap in Christmas. Number one, you remember somebody is not here already, and that somebody left just the day after Christmas. So, I mean, even my mom, like you can see during Christmas when the Christmas music starts, right? Last time you listen to the music when it starts, you're like, oh, Christmas is here. It's like, oh yeah, it feels sad. The first thing you hear that reminds you of Christmas reminds you of a loss. Yeah, it's a trigger. And it happened for a few years, and I was wondering, cannot for the rest of my life, right? It's like Christmas gonna be
bittersweet, sad.
Bittersweet. Yeah, of course there are nice memories because the last day you spent with your dad was a really, really nice day, But I think it was a season lah. It was for a few years, a very, very long few years, I must say. I think eventually I got really busy. Like when I started to go out and do gigs and Christmas performances and everything, suddenly you're just too busy to feel anything.
Oh, that's interesting. I would have think that maybe, let's say all your gigs are like Christmas, before Christmas, and then finish Christmas, then on the day is when you're like, it all hits home, doesn't eat. Or you just sing on Boxing Day, then don't have to think about it.
Yes and no. Okay, so I think for me, it kind of broke that spell almost.
Okay.
So it's like now I start hearing Christmas songs, right? I think about my repertoire. I'm starting to work. So it draws away from that
Understand.
sweet moment. And then when Christmas actually is done with, I finish all the work thing. There is that family thing. Like this time we had very, very late Christmas because I came back from Singapore really late, and then we had the family thing. Oh, and then my nephew had COVID. So really, really late. But after that, it's like, okay, now we've done the actual
Christmas.
Family Christmas, which is the very personal thing, the opening of gifts and everything, which for us happened on New Year's Eve. So after 25th, on the 26th, I still do feel like, this was the day, but it doesn't feel...
It doesn't start
so
1st
sad.
December.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel sad anymore. It's a day of remembrance rather than a sad thing. But then talking about New Year's Eve, again, so New Year's Eve used to be a very, very busy time for me. Like, people used to have countdown.
Yeah.
Right? Now
sometimes people still do.
Correct. But last time it was every time New Year's Eve, right, you would have some fireworks show at some mall or somewhere, and you'll be busy and you'll like literally be on stage with the countdown going and everything. And then maybe during COVID when it stopped, and I think people like slow to really get back on it. Suddenly I felt like, why New Year's Eve? Nobody wants me anymore. Why am I alone? Why am I in my room?
In
those days.
pajamas.
Yeah.
No
and
longer
you're
standing
like,
on the
can I
stage
sleep
going,
before 12?
Yeah.
Can I sleep before 12? Is it wrong? Like, do I need to welcome the new year? So nowadays, I know that is going through my head. So I make it a point to be somewhere. So for us, it's easy because church will have a countdown service or something. And it's like, okay, girl, don't be lazy. Go for it, and at least you are with people, and I don't feel like, why am I alone at home?
Yeah.
I won't call it coping mechanisms lah, but find like you said lah, find a meaningful way to go through
so that it's not an ordinary day.
Yeah, you want to mark, you want to celebrate the moment in whichever way that you feel is best for you lah, I think.
Yes. So with Chinese New Year coming, I'm really going like, because my family Chinese New Year is like reunion,
very
first day,
one.
second day, third day, fourth day. Normally lasts until
also,
1 week. Yeah. They're already talking about potluck on the 7th or the 8th of the Chinese New Year. And then they go for work. And then the 15th, Chap Gourmet, they meet. So I'm like, just listening to it makes me go like...
Hey, your family listen to this, they don't like Gina so weird.
I don't know if they listen. So... Like, I don't think so. I don't think
Gina doesn't love us.
I don't think they really bother what I do. But this year, last year, I was so absent in so many gatherings that my aunt texted me and said, hey, Chinese New Year, the 8th day, make sure you join us. Then I was half wanted to reply yes and no in the sense that, I actually clear my calendar for you because I know that it's the routine. But I might not want to go for it lah. So I never replied. So in my heart I was saying, I'm going to be there for the reunion and first and second day, which is the most important 3 days. The rest... let's see how I fare the 3 days lah. But I think it's slightly easier if you are going to a restaurant to eat. For me.
Why? Because got time limit, is it?
No, you sit in a table, you are stuck with that few person. You don't have to talk to people that is another table. And then that few person, if they don't want to talk to you, they'll talk among themselves, then you don't have to talk, lor, they just eat. Lor. You know, there is
I kena once
bit more
before.
mechanism. Or sit next to the person that you think you can talk the most with, and then you are entertained lah.
Okay.
That's the second tip. The third tip is I will sit next to the all the younger ones who don't talk anyway. They press phone, so I join them and press phone lah.
Oh, and you don't have to feel bad about.
Yeah, then they don't have to say why.
I don't know lah. I think I cannot. I think I will feel awkward, and then I will feel. It happened to me once. A very, very, very awkward dinner, like left and right, not talking, and everybody else around the table was like talking, and then you're like, "What am I even doing here?" No.
Well done. I feel that all the time.
No.
And then I sometimes say the food is not even worth being here for. But yeah, I think in summary, with the Chinese New Year coming up, what we should really think about if we are suffering from seasonal depression, which is now we're talking about festive lah. In other countries, they talk about winter depression.
Oh,
Ours will be
yes.
monsoon depression lah, okay? But festive is the one that people judge you the most compared to monsoon depression, okay?
Yeah, because that's because everybody is going through it. If
Correct.
it's winter or monsoon.
So I would think that just making, there's two ways to it. I would tell myself is either I don't care about the world, I just do whatever I want.
Okay.
But make sure that I don't feel lonely by actually celebrating the day lah.
Okay.
Even if it's on my own. Or join everybody but come with a mechanism of it's okay, I don't have to talk just because they want me to talk. If you think that I'm aloof lah, a weird fella sitting there, then I'm going to be the weird aloof person sitting there.
So yeah.
Because it's my presence that you wanted. Right?
Yeah. So I suppose going in with, like you say, a plan A and a plan B, right?
Yeah.
But not stressing out about it, I think,
Correct.
is for me.
Because once you stress out, right, before you go, you're already like, why am I
Yeah,
going?
and then you're
when
there,
you are
and it's like,
what am I
there?
doing here? And then when
See,
you go
I
home,
already
like,
knew
why
this was
did I
gonna
go?
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so the tips again, just quickly, find somebody that you can talk to and
Yes.
put yourself in position yourself lah
Correct.
to have a decent time lah, I suppose.
Either that or get busy lah. Wash
Yeah.
the dishes or, I don't know, serve food or something that, people don't notice even if you're
Yeah.
actually not really
And
in
I think
it.
just like switch of a mindset of what I am going to take out of this moment lah, rather than being the victim lah.
Yeah.
Jom Sembang Malaysia is hosted by two Malaysians who are passionate about Malaysian stuff.
Stay tuned every week for a brand new Sembang session with Cerita Suito and Gina Yap Layung.
Today's episode is recorded at Studio 2105.
Remember to click like and subscribe for the brand new episode next week.